Hi, it's Michelle Taberge of michelleTaberge.com and themindfulartist.com, and I got a question here about how I store my paints. So I'm going to show you that. So first, let's start with my acrylic paint. Since I largely use Liquitex Soft Body and the Golden Fluids, I have the most of those colors. So these Liquitex little soft body pots, I store them upside down so I can see the color better. So yeah, I just arrange them in these little baskets, and I'll show you later how I stack them on my cart. I've also arranged them chromatically, so this is greens and earth tones. Here I have all my interference colors. And one of the reasons I store them upside down is because air gets in the top, and when you squeeze them out, sometimes you get little blobs. So that way they can come out a little more easily. This is metallics and iridescent white. And then this is the reds and oranges, the blues, and then white and different shades of yellow. So here's how I organize them on the cart. They don't all fit, so I stack some of them up. And then I have my golden fluids here. I don't have as many colors. And I suppose I could store these upside down too to see the bottom. I haven't even thought of that. But the nice thing about the golden is the colors are there, but that doesn't really help me when they're in a box. But I like to keep everything organized in a box because then I can just take these baskets to my work table when I need them and bring them back. It's just handy for moving them around to my different work areas. I also use a lot of acrylic inks. And so here I have all my acrylic inks organized. These are a little more difficult to see, but I have organized them chromatically, so they go from reds and oranges over here to whites and earth tones and metallics with the greens and blues somewhere in the middle. I also have extra interference. It's kind of illogical that these are over in a totally different place from the other golden fluids, but they just ended up here. That might change, but since I know where to find them, it might not. In here, I have my gouache and my palettes, but I have, let's see here, not a ton of gouache in here. I'm not using gouache so much. A lot of my gouache got dried out, so I'm waiting to replace them until I really need them because I don't want them to dry out again and waste them. I have been really lucking out with the free furniture. I found this Taboret at the building where I work. It was just in the alley where people put discarded furniture they don't need, and this has been great. So I was able to organize my watercolors. So I have tubes of watercolor, this is reds and greens, and then I often have bought them in boxes of 3, so I have back stock here that I keep in the boxes till I'm ready to use them. I have my earth tones here. They're a little out of order. I like to keep them like super neat and tidy, and definitely where I can read the labels and see at a glance and grab the color I need. Not sure what this guy is doing in there. So this is the blues and yellows. So whoever asked wanted to see how I organize my paints. I don't know if they meant the mediums also, but I have another Taboret for my mediums. So I organize them according to additives, gel mediums, gessoes, and varnishes. And then I'll have to pull this up here now so you can see. These are the fluid mediums. And then these are texture gels. And this is miscellaneous. Those need to be categorized. What I do when I'm ready to start working with these mediums is I have a tray, and I keep all my currently in use mediums organized on a tray, because at the end of the workday, I'll have stuff scattered all over the table. And it's really distracting for me to have things all willy-nilly. That's just how my brain works. So I like to corral everything onto a tray, and then when I come back the next day to work, everything is orderly and I can find the things that I need. I really hope that was helpful for you. I'd love to hear how you organize and store your paints and art materials. I know for me, it just makes my creative life easier if I keep things organized. I spend less time trying to find things or look for things. I know when I'm out of a color, and it's just how my brain works. But you might have a different way, and I'd love to hear you share it in the comments. If you like this video, if it was helpful, for sure, I hope you give it a thumbs up, and I'll keep posting new videos, so subscribe so you know when the next one's gonna come out. You can also join me over at themindfulartist.com, where I share other tips that I don't share here. All that's in the description box below.